Hey, guess what?
What?
You're eating my food again, that's what. Welcome to the Smokin Jim Show. Please click play. Where is un bibliothèque? All right, let me turn my screen down here because whenever I leave my screen up, I look like I have robot eyes. All right, well, Dizzle, thank you for coming over again today. Welcome to the Smokin Jim Studios here.
It's always a pleasure for
Plano.
you.
Yes, I always get such a kick out of having your bony ass here, eating my food. Well, the cat will be here again soon, I'm sure, because the cat always loves standing up in your food and getting pet by you. But today, I thought we'd start our little talk with some things that I have just printed out. And I'm going to staple them right now. This is how efficient the studio is.
We have everything ready before we go
right
on.
There. Except what the hell I'm going to talk about.
Right.
Okay, well, first of all, how do you like your hot dogs? Okay, I made the hot dog things again for you.
They're good.
It's good because I know how much you like to eat. So how was your day today?
That was good. I got a chance to go to work today, so that's always a good thing. I made a little bit of money.
Okay.
And then yeah. That was pretty much my day.
You can't yap about nothing for a few minutes while
I can. I also cut my hair, if you guys can't tell. It looks fabulous. Sort of.
Yes, it is looking rather fabulous, I must say.
Absolutely. I mean, I was going to get it toned and highlighted, but no, I just didn't have the time that.
But you did your nails instead.
Yeah, that's right.
Right. Well, in between shoveling hot dog and macaroni salad down my fat gullet. Okay. I think it was last time we were on. That was last week. A week before that, we talked a lot about Sandy Hook, the school in Newtown, Connecticut that had that horrible massacre on December 14th.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't take long. A month later. The list of victims continues to grow. One man, Gene Rosen, who found 6 children and a bus driver, I didn't know the bus driver was there too, in his driveway, brought them into his house, fed them and called parents to assure them that their children were safe, has been harassed by telephone, email, and online by those who think he is lying about his actions and is part of a conspiracy.
What?
Well, say what? What? Yeah, this guy. Plus, he's Jewish, so there are a lot of white supremacist websites as well that making comments like, the excited or the how about that excited Jew or something like that, some weird like that.
Whatever.
And how much is it, or what's the going rate for participating in a government hoax? So apparently, the Obama government has created this bloody, disgusting massacre
Of children.
Of children, yes, 20 children, to promote his anti-gun laws, which never would have happened if people hadn't gone in there and massacred all these children. So I don't know.
Well, like if that was the case, if this conspiracy theory was real, that someone had planned this to enact a law or whatever from a government official, then there's a special place in hell for that person, or whatever is your equivalent.
Well, every time something significant happens, there's a group that is going to say, well, that's not really what happened, right?
Right. I'm surprised it took this long. I'm sure someone came up with a conspiracy theory like the day of, watching it on TV and said, it's the government.
Rush Limbaugh. Or the day of the shootings, he was saying things like, this is just what the liberals need to push their agenda. Like, wait, you're not going to focus on the fact that 20 children, little children, have just been slaughtered. You're going to make a big stink about, like, your conspiracy nut mind saying, like, oh, the liberals are going to take advantage of this. And what? Like, so they can go to funerals? They can buy new clothes?
Right.
What the hell is that? This is called, the group is called the Sandy Hook Truther Movement.
Truther.
Now, that phrase, that word truther was coined, I think, right after the 9/11 attacks.
I've never heard the word truther.
Oh, really?
I've heard truthiness.
Well, that's
from Stephen
a fun
Colbert,
word.
But
yeah. Truthers are those who seek the real truth. They're conspiracy nuts. Donald Trump is a truther when he was going after Obama about that fuck-ass birth certificate. Fucking moron. You know what? Somebody made a comment. I think I was watching what was it, Chelsea lately?
I don't know.
Or something about his, like, the guy is, his casinos went bankrupt. I mean, a business where people just give you money, and his casinos went bankrupt.
How does that happen?
I mean, how does he let that happen? No, the truthers are, they started after 9/11 saying that it was a government conspiracy, that, they're the ones who showed you videos of what appear to be other explosions going on within the building to help collapse it.
Well, there is a lot of good-looking evidence to support all these different theories, and there's always going to be
Good-looking evidence, yes.
Good-looking evidence. Now, I'm not going to say one way or the other what I think,
I saw one of the videos.
but
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
now the only one that really kind of convinces me a little bit is the Pentagon, where this plane supposedly made a way larger hole than it actually would have, and the fact that it landed and stopped like at the outer shell, whatever, but it supposedly kept going
So it's a milk chocolate,
to the nougaty center. But I don't know. I'm not really a physicist, so I can't.
I really can't believe that anybody would think that we would waste those planes and those people just so George Bush could attack Iraq.
I don't know.
Well, one of the videos I saw about, one of the truther videos, allegedly proving the fact that one of the towers had actually explosives planted in it as well.
Oh, was it the one that right before it collapsed? There's a do 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 do.
No, there's like one big poof of these windows blowing out, and it's air pressure from a collapsing building blowing out the windows. Mm-hmm. It's fairly obvious.
Yeah, I've seen one where you could see little flashes go up the building. Well, that's because electricity is being disconnected and sparking in each layer as it collapses.
Mm-hmm. No, or either that or it's that little Tinkerbell fairy from Disneyland.
Tinkerbell?
Tinkerbell. Lancebell. All right, well, let's see. Shootings, even child murders, happen every day. It's true. Several times a day in America. According to UNICEF, America has the worst record of child abuse and homicide in the industrialized world.
Wow.
That's a big... that's a lot of places.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. How are your kids?
Not dead?
That's nice. How are your children?
Mine are still alive. No,
It's terrible.
I know. Why would you say that, Jim?
How are your kids?
No,
It's all about me. Right.
they're doing good. There's a new puppy at the house, and they can't leave it the fuck alone. So
what?
There's a new puppy at the house, and they won't leave it alone.
Of course not. Until it bites them.
No, they don't care. They nothing gets through their heads. It's like
losing a finger?
right. It's like put the puppy down, leave it alone. Put the puppy down, leave it alone. Put the puppy. Do you not listen? Is there a block?
Here's an unblocker. Okay, Daddy, puppy's down.
For 5 minutes until I turn my back.
So you're supposed to say to the kid, "I really like it when you listen and when you leave the puppy alone for a while." I'm sure you would, Dad. Sorry.
Yeah. Too bad. I'm gonna grief you your entire life.
Dad, I'm writing all this stuff down for my future therapist.
That'd be hilarious. I would love to go to that meeting. So come on in. He's written all these things down. Really, I want to see.
Well, sir, those are private papers.
I remember when I did this.
Oh, really?
This is hilarious.
He thinks he didn't. Oh, let's see. He poured bacon grease onto my bedspread. Oh, he doesn't. And he didn't think he deserved the punishment. Well, I see.
Well, I'm going to do that again.
Well, apparently here, back to Sandy Hook.
Okay.
We have some holes in the official story here. A common theme running through conspiracy thinking is that if you're smart enough and just look closely enough at all the news coverage, and this is what I like about this, when you say, I can't see this, well, then you're not smart enough. You're obviously stupid.
Right.
If you can't see this conspiracy, then you're stupid.
Absolutely.
You can see the lies and contradictions in accounts of the event. Truthers claim that they have found, in quotes, absolute proof that the shootings were a hoax, pointing to a 60-year-old girl named Emily Parker who was shot to death in the school massacre. Or was she?
Who's still wandering the streets today?
The claim that the smoking gun photographic proof that Emily is still alive is that she was photographed after the shooting with President Obama during a visit with the families. Now, unless President Obama happens to be a world-class medium and can conjure up, spirits. And I don't mean to be rude about, I'm trying. The little girl's death is tragic. I'm not trying to be rude about that, but the girl is actually Emily's sister, wearing the same dress that Emily wore in another photograph. So that's her. That's her. She's alive. That's her sister. She's 3 years older. No, that isn't. That's her. Like, no, honest to God, this is her sister. She, Emily was this tall. This was this tall. No, sorry. Yeah, I got you. All right, I'm going to. Okay, here, come here. This is my daughter. Like, nope, that's not her. Seriously, that's what they think. Actually, by this claim, even if it were true, raises more questions than it answers. For example, if Sandy Hook was indeed a staged event, as claimed, and with Emily Parker alive and the president part of the conspiracy, why would the government be so careless as to release a photograph of Emily?
Right.
Knowing that she'd been reported dead.
I mean, the government's not the greatest at anything, but
well, they tend to screw things up a lot. But I don't think if they're.
But
I mean,
that's a major.
If they're planning a major hoax like that, yeah, I think they'd be a bit more careful. They got people who actually do that for a living. I just got hot dog on my shirt. That's why I went like a girl.
Yes, they do have people that do that for a living.
Yeah, I'm really apologize for eating in the microphone like this. But normally we eat earlier. Somebody wasn't here on time.
Look, I was in the shower and then it was like an hour later. Okay, my bad.
How long does it take you to touch yourself?
At least an hour.
Apparently. I mean, I can do it
so big.
I can do it in 3 minutes, How much time? Okay, like, shave. Okay, I got 3 minutes to jerk off. Nobody bother me!
That's a great segue from little children.
From little dead children to jerking off. Yeah, I know. That's why I'm so shameless. Have none. No shame. Hi, Glenn. You watching? Glendon, two N's. Glennon. Okay, conspiracy theorist websites. I offer dozens of other examples and pieces of evidence ranging from real or perceived contradictions.
I think it was aliens.
I think it was too.
That's the only
Of
conceivable.
illegal aliens or like outer space aliens?
Outer space aliens.
Oh, well, okay, that makes sense. Because Adam Lanza, I'm pretty sure, was a citizen of the United States. He was probably born here.
No, I'm sure he was a body snatchers. You ever
Invasion,
read that book
Invasion of the...
Yeah. You ever read the book or seen the movies?
I've seen the first one and the one with... the second one, I guess, with... what the hell's his name?
Whoever.
Sutherland. Donald Sutherland. From the 80s.
Both horrible movies.
What do you mean they're horrible movies? What the hell's wrong? What do you mean they're horrible?
Okay, they're good movies.
Oh, see,
But-
you really have no convictions at all.
But from my more modern eyes.
Wait. Your more modern eyes?
Yeah.
So like my eyes are ancient and untrustworthy.
You said it, not me.
No, yeah, that's what you think. My eyes are ancient and untrustworthy.
Yes. They're hard to see behind the glare of the glasses, but
Well,
if
I
you
don't
look
wear the glasses to read.
if you look deep and hard enough, that's what she said.
You'll see my brain.
See your brain. No.
Eddie. What's wrong with the movies?
They're just cheesy.
What? Oh, okay. I see.
There's nothing
and
wrong with the
zombies chomping on everybody, walking around like that is not cheesy.
No. You know, I wasn't going to bring up zombies today, but since you did.
Well, I brought up cheesy. I mean, you brought up cheesy, and I just kind of responded with what my idea of your cheesiness is.
Well, that's fine.
All right.
Anyway, it was aliens. Aliens did it. That's the only real conceivable explanation for this.
For the massacre in San Diego.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, I can get that. Well,
And anyone that disagrees with me is a nut.
Right. Anyone that disagrees with Dizzle, that's a screw loose. Unlike me, I guess, who's just stupid, or I'm sorry, ancient, and what was that? And
Whatever you said.
Unseeing and yeah. Now, how can you say that Invasion of the Body Snatchers was not good? I mean, it was a metaphor. I mean, everything about it. The original one was like a Cold War type of thing.
I remember the books. There were several different types of books. Different books.
Some of them were in Japanese. Some of them were in papyrus. Some of them were carved on the stone wall outside my yard.
Those are hard to turn the pages.
No, seriously, it was about losing. Why do I try to explain anything? Fine. All right. We're going to take a little bit of a break here, so good old fat Smokin Jim can finish his hot dog. Really, I want to eat it before it gets too cold. So we're going to take a bit of a break, play a little song here. Let's play a song that's like 20 minutes long. Yeah, but not Kenny Rogers. And we'll be back. We're not playing Kenny Rogers. And we'll be back in a few. Stick with us. Love you. Bye. Back in a minute. Well, it's us again. Back here on the Smokin Jim Show. Thanks for joining us. It is 7:42 p.m. Central Standard Time in the Big P, Plano, Texas. On January 16th, 2013. Well, at least we made it past the Mayan end of the world. You can call in. This is a call-in show. Nobody ever does, sadly. The number is 972-607-4029. Give us a call, if you dare. 972-607-4029. Thank you. Well, macaroni salad there came up a little bit.
That's all right.
It was lovely.
That's what it does.
All right. So anyway, so to end this Sandy Hook thing, I think this is from the... Who's this from? The White House? No, I don't know who it's from. The idea that the Sandy Hook massacre was faked is not only absurd, but also insulted the victims of the tragedy. The victims are really probably gone. Somebody misspelled here. They're not safely hidden away somewhere until the Sandy Hook shooting has served its ultimate goal of taking away America's guns. Toxic conspiracies will live on, however. All right, now, another new thing. The NRA is really trying hard to blast Obama and their fear of his new gun laws. But we talked about it, because do you have a gun?
I do not.
You do not have a gun. All right.
Not one that wasn't made specially for me.
What?
Through processes over 9 months. I'm not talking about my penis.
So you've got, a little gun.
It's a pea shooter.
Shoots itsy bitsy teeny tiny little bullets.
No, it's like the noisy cricket from Men in Black. Just a little tiny little gun, but
Oh, the itsy bitsy thing you gave him? Yeah. Okay, that's called the Noisy Cricket?
mm-hmm.
I liked the movie, but I only saw it once. Anyway, but the White House on Wednesday blasted a web ad released by the NRA, National Rifle Association. Okay, this I just got to say here. This is what I look at. Okay, I look right at my cat's anus because Dizzle's got it up in the air.
Look, I don't do it. The cat just comes to me.
The camera angle, my vision is right square into the cat's butt. Because I'm across the table, just a bit to Dizzle's right. Would you push him off the table, please?
Just making sure that...
just push his butt. Oh, God.
He's just making sure that you can see that he cleans himself. He uses toilet paper.
I know he cleans himself. He cleans himself on my bed. When I'm sleeping.
For hours.
Hours ad nauseum, yes. Then it's back into scratch in the litter box. Then, all right, enough of this nonsense. National Rifle Association using President Barack Obama's daughters to criticize the president on gun control. The White House says it's repugnant and cowardly. I saw the ad. It is so stupid.
I didn't see it. What is it?
Oh, it's just... all right. In strikingly personal terms, the ad calls Obama an elitist hypocrite for allowing Secret Service protection for daughters, even as he calls for tighter gun laws. The NRA is stating that how hypocritical it is that he does not want armed guards in schools, while yet armed guards guard his daughters in school.
Oh, I've seen a picture of that. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, what's the difference there? What's the
well, the thing is that he's an important figurehead,
and his daughters can be used as political pawns,
right,
by nutcases who want to harm them.
Exactly.
So they have to have armed fucking guards. Okay, they're the first children, the president's kids.
So he gets special treatment.
Well, it's just to keep them alive. I mean, because while people probably aren't going after your children, and your children are probably safest in school than anywhere else,
mm-hmm.
the president's daughters probably have some nutcase out there plotting them against them right now. Not that it would ever happen, but...
Like, if you want to get to someone, you get to them through their family.
Exactly. That's why they have Secret Service protection.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not the same thing. He's not saying, well, have armed guards on my kid's school or schools where my friends' kids go, but not anybody else. No, it's just like my kids, they're the president's kids. They have to have armed guards.
Yeah. There is a point to that.
Yeah, there is a point.
And it's not just, I get special treatment and you don't.
Well, as president's children, Malia, and
Malaria.
Sasha. Well, no, I'm sorry, Malia. Okay, M&S. Okay, Obama are entitled to Secret Service protection. Obama has never said he opposes more armed security guards at school, which the NRA recommended in the wake of the Newtown massacre. But the president said such a step is not sufficient in curbing gun danger. It's
Right.
not. It's the same thing as like I'm saying. It's like you can't put more guns out there saying that it's going to stop gun violence. More guns is going to just have more gun violence.
Well, I mean, you got to look at it at an extreme.
Or extremist or extreme.
At an extreme. Take the nuclear race. You know, when everyone was worried about who was going to get a nuclear bomb first, and then
And we did.
and then
It was almost the Germans. You know that, right?
it was almost the Germans.
Yes.
It was us, and then who? The Russians.
But apparently the Rosenbergs leaked the secret to the Russians, and they were hanged for it. We would have gotten it eventually.
So it was the Russians, and then the Chinese, and
And everybody else.
proliferation and whatnot. But now
the
that
Girl
everyone
Scouts have the
has
bomb.
them, now that everyone has them, they don't really want to use them because then it's going to start some horrible catastrophe.
Yes.
But that's at an extreme, and that's an extreme weapon. Whereas,
But somebody will. It's very possible somebody could set something off like that, because when you can convince somebody to fly a 737 into a building for the sake of Allah or whatever or whoever, it's not hard for these people to set up a nuclear device.
right.
And in that tinderbox over there in the Middle East, all that has to happen is one goes off and they all start going off. Of course, now I'm being conspiracy theorist.
Okay.
But you're right. I mean, it is extreme.
But that at an extreme,
Yes.
the more that there were, the more people that had them, the less of a chance that they were going to get used. I mean, sure, we used 2 on, the Japanese, and they're our best friends now. But
So it's like we knocked the hate out of them.
I think we knocked the fear into them, the respect.
Actually, a conspiracy theory is that we actually did it to scare the piss out of the Russians. Although, because
Well,
the
okay.
Russians were our allies in World War II, but we wanted to send a message like, "Oh, by the way, look at this, boom!" Just so you don't get any ideas later on.
I think it was more like the fact that the Japanese were attacking us.
Well, if we did not drop the bombs, it would have been a frontal attack on Japan, which would have cost millions of lives. Dropping the bombs only costs a few $100,000, which is what a lot of people argue is the reason they dropped the bombs. They did it to end the war, right? And it worked. And you can still go, and today you can go to Hiroshima and go to Ground Zero. And
But I'm sure they don't want to see us there.
no, they do. Every year they have a memorial, a thing in the park where they have Ground
And they
Zero.
welcome the Americans.
I don't know if they actually have it's like come Americans come, but
Like-
Americans can go there. They're not gonna shoot them
It's
away.
like I don't want to go to Pearl Harbor and see the Japanese people there crying and weeping.
But they didn't do anything though.
No, I know, but it's just even if they are American Japanese people, that I don't want to see them there. Like, I know you didn't do it, but you know,
But you know.
you know who did it.
Well, see, that's where we get in trouble though, as a society, when we blame. I mean, if a black guy, robs my house, I can't assume all black guys are thieving little bastards are going to rob my house.
No, but you're gonna watch them more.
I watch everybody more. I mean, I've been harassed by white guys, black guys, and Japanese guys.
I guess it also depends on where you live. If
Yeah.
you were in a good neighborhood, if it was a black guy, probably just a coincidence. It could have been anyone. If you're in like the hood,
In the hood.
the hood,
Yeah, that's PC.
that's what it's called. It's called the hood.
Yeah, actually, there's street signs to that effect. Yeah, Main Street, the hood. Yeah.
I would probably, that not to be unfair,
Racist?
but not to be racist or unfair,
Yeah.
but that's probably who I'd blame
It's
first.
too late. You were racist. Well, I mean, my neighborhood, this is a nice neighborhood.
It's called the hood.
It's not the hood. It's the neighborhood. No, it's
The neighborhood.
It's no, this is a nice neighborhood I live in, and there are whites and blacks and Hispanic here, and they're all very nice. And little children skipping around. I try to avoid them with my car. I mean, I do avoid them. I don't hit them, but I'm very. Oh shit! What I mean to say is,
I don't try to avoid them. I do avoid them.
I mean, I see them and I like, oh kids, and I slow down. I'm not,
Hit the gas.
actively pursuing them or hoping them to jump out from in front of a parked car. I don't do that. No.
There's
And
that
they're-
man again. Run.
Mommy! Policia! And the lawns are well taken care of, and the houses are well taken care of. It's not. See, it's a fallacy that minorities are like slovenly, unkempt people who don't do anything. Like take care of the
It's
property.
just certain ones.
And
It's
I know
certain
a
people
lot of white people who are
that
just as
live
bad.
in that type of situation. I'm not being racist, but like if you live in a poverty-stricken area like the hood, and you're around people that are gangsta, you think I'm funny, but
Yeah, I think you're funny when you're trying to emulate the, or like not emulate, but you're trying to enact these people.
yo dog.
See, I'd never heard a black person say that. I've only heard white people say that. Seriously.
You
And being serious about
I've known plenty of black people that were very hood rats.
Very hood rats? All right.
Yeah.
Well, I must admit, there was once, a couple of weeks ago, at the restaurant, at the Fish House where I work in Addison. It's not really called that, but I don't give the name out of the air. Remington Seafood Grill.
Of course.
Of course. Some guy came in, and he was sitting by himself at the bar, and it was 7:30 at night or so. And he kind of got up, and I think he had a glass of water, and he said he was waiting for someone. He got up, and he walked around looking at the aquarium, and I said, hey, has anybody helped you yet? I said, I'm just waiting for somebody. He said, oh, okay, great. And then he kind of wandered outside. And I went, just like that. I went. And a couple of minutes, I kind of made my way around the dining room saying, hi, how was your dinner? How's everything, really? And I went outside. And I couldn't see him anywhere. The bartender had since said, in that little interim, that I think this guy's waiting for a drug deal right now. He's waiting here for somebody to meet him here for drugs. Okay, now, I walk outside, and because I don't like these people in the parking lot. They scare my guests. And, of course, maybe not thinking enough that maybe these drug dealers may have weapons that I shouldn't be wary of. Like, you get out of here now! You get out! I don't want your kind here!
Like an 80-year-old woman.
So, I didn't see this guy, but all of a sudden, driving across the parking lot was his car that was jacked up, I swear to God, 5 feet in the air. It was a sedan, like a Chevy Capri. A 4-door sedan that was
With 320-inch rims.
It was the stupidest looking thing I had ever seen in my life. And these two guys, and okay, they were black men.
Of course.
Well, giving no, okay. More often than not, that's what you're going to find in a car like that. Okay, but they were giving me the eye. Like I could even see it through the tinted windows. Windows tinted on was black, but I could see a face up against it. And I'm like, what the fuck are you looking at me for?
Pressing his
This
nose
is my
against it.
restaurant. Anyway, but I thought to myself, if they are drug dealers, they can't be very smart drug dealers because the whole purpose of being a drug dealer is to keep it secretive. You don't advertise on the street like, da-da-da-da, here's a drug dealer, like a ice cream truck.
It's the type of car that you would drive if you had the type of money to spend.
If I were a drug dealer, and I am not, I've never even tried drugs. Well, I've taken aspirin, but you know what I would have.
Ooh, hardcore.
And this wasn't the orange-coated aspirin. This is bare aspirin.
Ugh.
Woo! And I took 3 at once.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's the recommended daily dose, huh?
Yo, yo, yo.
yo.
Anyhow, enough of that crapola. I would have your car or my car, with a baby seat in the back, and looking like a family car, like Kleenex box, Cheerios, super glued with saliva to the floor mats. A bicycle rack on it, maybe, a family everyday car. That would be my car to be a drug dealer in.
Bit incognito.
And I'd dress like a dad, who was on his way to pick up his brat from soccer. That's what you do. I mean, you don't.
Well, there are a lot of drug dealers that do that.
Well, I'm sure the smarter ones do. I'm sure the ones who are very successful. They don't have cars that are 6 feet up in the air.
And I'm talking about the ones that work at a corporate office.
Oh,
Like they do that.
they do drugs.
Of course.
Corporate officers, the corporate people.
Of course. You kidding me?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that. Pretty sure everyone in Congress is taking this hardcore intravenous drug.
No, they're probably taking hardcore intravenous. I don't know, something to keep them awake. Vivarin.
I don't
Okay.
know what Congress
Well, anyway,
does.
so most Americans agree that a president's children should not be used as pawns in a political fight. Pawns on a human chessboard, yes, but not pawns in a political fight. Yeah. Welcome to the Smokin Jim Show. It is 7:58 p.m. All right.
Yeah,
All right. So what else is going on?
not much.
Heard there was an accident with one of the trucks.
That would be Laura.
Okay. Well, what happened? Why don't you tell me? I'd love to hear your side of this.
I don't know.
What you heard.
You know, I wasn't there that day. Yesterday.
Why not?
I mean, I don't know. I guess it was slow, and my
Oh,
boss
you didn't
told
need to go there?
Yeah, my boss told me not to come in.
I thought you didn't bother showing up.
I'm not coming in today. All right, see you tomorrow. All right,
If I say so.
if I say so. But I don't really know what happened.
I do.
I heard from one of my customers that she delivered to that that she got into an accident. I'm like, what?
Say what?
I said, what?
Say, you're from the hood. Quick, run!
But of course, doesn't surprise me because she's a woman.
Oh, she is probably listening.
Oh, Laura.
Go, cheek, go, cheek, go.
She's gonna kill me tomorrow. Anyway,
Oh, look, there's a phone call.
no. I guess it wasn't her fault or whatever.
By the way, I'm sorry
don't-
to interrupt you,
I
but
have
who
no
the
idea.
heck is G. Irving? Is that a friend of yours?
No.
I know who that is. Hey, G. I know that. You know who that is? That's Glennon.
Glennon.
Hey, Glenn. Welcome to the show. I'm sorry. I have not been in the chat room lately. My producer is not available, so I'm just kind of winging it myself. But anybody is welcome to call in at 972. Are you writing this down?
Yes, I am.
Not you, jerk. 972 607. Remember phone number. 4029. That's the number. You can call in. Do it now. We'll wait. Malia. Oh, yes. He also is saying Malia is the name of the child instead of malaria, as I
Malaria.
mistakenly.
Malaria.
I don't know.
What's
have-
your daughter's name? Chlamydia.
Famali. Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. You want to try that again?
Yeah, you know where that comes from?
No.
Famali.
No.
Female.
FEMA.
Famali. The joke is it was on the wristband of the baby. Female. Baby female.
Female.
Famali.
Famali.
Yes, anyway. Brilliant. All right, so go ahead. We're talking about how
Who's
Laura, your
sobbing?
coworker, is going to strangle you tomorrow.
I don't know.
Okay, what happened was she was pulling out of a driveway onto the road, and it was icy, and the van slid, and somebody who was going too fast clobbered the van. That's all it was. No big deal.
I don't know. But yeah, my one of my customers said, yeah, I came out and I looked at the van. There's this huge dent in it. I'm like, oh my god, what happened? And I'm like, Laura got in an accident.
And you were like,
It's like, it's like, yeah.
something to use against her.
It doesn't look that bad.
No, it's droppable. She's not going to get fired for it.
There's
That's
not much,
as hard as you've tried.
There's not much that you could get fired for at this job. I don't think. I'm sure there's some things I could think of that would get me fired, but
Yeah,
like
like
not
you got to show
showing
up on
up.
time. You've got to actually make your routes quick. You've got to, you can't go off, sitting in a movie theater like instead of delivering bread or something. You took 3 hours to go a block and a half away from here. There was traffic.
There was a lot of traffic. you come out of the theater. What was I doing? What's the van doing
I
here?
had an errand to oh, the bread.
Oh my god.
The Steinberg bar mitzvah.
So, what took you 12 hours? Well, they were having a Lord of the Rings marathon, and
Right. And you smell like popcorn. All right. Now, Lance Armstrong. What an idiot.
oh,
You know what's going on, right? You don't read the papers, do you? You don't read the
I
news.
listen to the radio.
Okay, do you know
when
who,
I'm in my car?
do you know who? Oh, well, in the van or in your car?
No, I don't have a radio in the van.
I guess it's to cut down on enjoyment during the
Yep.
workday.
Damn that Constantine.
If it was good enough for me not to have any joy in music, it is good enough for you.
But no, I listen to it when I'm in the car. He was stripped of his titles. His
Well,
medals and
yeah,
whatnot.
he's kind of got snagged. All these years, he was denying doping, taking performance-enhancing drugs to win these Tour de France's. But it turns out he was lying, and he did. Stripped of his titles. Yeah. So let's see. His popularity was once so great that corporate sponsors were eager to give him nearly $20 million in a year, single year, for riding a bicycle.
Yeah.
Well, he rode a bicycle very well.
He was a bit more aerodynamic than the rest of the guys.
Well, but even though he was permanently disgraced, he will retain the ability to make some money just by being Lance Armstrong. Just by being you.
that
Lance.
is some clout right there.
Along with the most of the more than $100 million or so in endorsements he's already collected. What the hell does he care now then? Well, he could get sued. I mean, these corporate sponsors give money, based on his athletic prowess and stuff. And like, wait a minute, I want my money back. I mean, you were a liar. Well,
Sorry, it's all in a bank in Switzerland.
it should be. I mean, let's see, Tour de France, 7 Tour de France titles, and went on to become one of the nation's best paid spokesmen. In 2 or 3 years, I could see him getting $50,000 to $100,000 to appear at an Ironman or triathlon event. Wow. Oh man! And now they're saying like hosting a television show like Saturday Night Live. I don't think he'd survive that very well. I don't know.
I didn't see it.
No, he didn't. But that's like somebody suggesting, he'd probably do that to make money. I don't think so. Do you? Saturday Night Live? Anyway, I think he'd be booed an awful lot.
I know he was in a comedy movie. I forget what it was called though. He just had like a walk-on part.
Brady Bunch movie?
No,
I'm kidding.
it was a.
All right.
I don't remember. He just gave
No,
like a
go
little
ahead.
speech to the protagonist.
All right. Our guest here, G. Irving, is saying Lance Armstrong is a total idiot to apologize. But come on, he systematically destroyed anyone who accused him of cheating, and now it's time to pay the piper. I agree with you. Boo-hoo, I hope they don't let him compete again. I don't think he's going to compete. I mean, he can't compete for money. Charity, maybe?
Maybe
But
people
he'd probably-
want him to.
Yeah, it might end up being his own charity. Yeah, it's the Armstrong charity.
Yeah, and just you watch me.
Just leave the check blank. I'll fill it in. Go ahead.
Just watch me. I'm gonna go around the block a couple times. And I'm gonna go take a nap.
I'll give him a big wheel.
That'd be hilarious. I'd pay to see that.
Actually, I would do the same. I would give money to his charity if I could see him ride a race in a big wheel.
Or one of those like 1800s bicycles with the one giant tire.
Who the hell ever came up with that? Who ever thought that?
Why was
one of
that
those
a good
things was-
idea?
yeah, like, I can't get up there. Why am I going to create this?
You need a ladder to get up on it, and you need someone else to help push it to get it going.
Yeah, and if you fall, you kill yourself.
You're not coming back up.
That's funny.
God, I couldn't imagine just trotting down the street in my Mustang horse.
He's a daughter of Rosie O'Grady.
And it's just this thing just traveling by you at like 2 miles an hour.
Okay, you know what we're going to do right now?
A jovial Sunday stroll. Or
A
cycle.
jovial one. We're
Jovial.
thinking. All right, we're going to take a little bit of a break here for a few minutes. And tell Brad to clean up his damn dinner dishes.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Huh?
All right, I'll tell Brad, wherever he is.
Oh, that's right. I don't know. He's not here right now. Oh, hell. My goof. All right. Who cares? Okay, we're going to go on a break here. Let's see. How about some Paul McCartney? And we'll come back to you guys once the system decides to start popping up music. What? Don't you get up yet. We're not done yet.
I was sitting here the whole time. I just
There we go.
adjusting myself.
Music's playing. Stick with us here on the Smokin Jim Show. It is 8:08. Don't you get up. It is 8:08 p.m. Central Standard Time here
You son of a bitch.
in the Big P. Stick with us here on the Smokin Jim Show. Back in a minute. Pencils down, everybody. Welcome back to the Smokin Jim Show here on mykdan.com. And I give out the address, but you already have it, otherwise you won't be here, right?
Right.
All right. Nothing like little common sense. Now, I was telling Dizzle, to whom I told a few minutes ago, okay, we're going on in less than a minute. Well, that's what you think. And you try to unplug everything. Isn't he a card? But it reminded me of the story of my younger sisters who had to share a bedroom. And if they were listening to this, they're going to be so fucking pissed off that I'm telling the story. Just because people might say, oh, I remember that. Point and laugh.
How
My
many
youngest
people
sister-
would remember this?
No, it's probably the three of us. They had to share a bedroom, and they hated that because they were a year apart, but they were treated kind of as twins, and they always resented that. What one got, the other one had to get, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I didn't care because they were years younger than me. But my youngest sister worked at night. Or she'd come home from a date. She got to sleep in. Now,
Okay.
my other younger sister wanted her out of the bedroom so she could blast her stereo and, do her thing and whatever. She just wanted to have some privacy. But the youngest one, we'll call T, the younger one, just wanted to sleep. It's like, M, would you turn off that goddamn stereo? No, why don't you get out and sleep somewhere else? Get out of here. Just get out of the room. Let me have the room to myself. So, so T would just reach down, like, because the plugs are right next to her bed. The plug, oh, God damn it. Oh, M would get really mad. That reminded me. Your escapade here reminded me of that, which is a stupid story. Why the hell did I bother?
That's funny.
It wasn't even funny.
It is.
All right.
It's
Now,
amusing.
Uncle Poodle.
Uncle Poodle.
Uncle Poodle. Do you know who Uncle Poodle is? If you
Nope.
do, I'm sorry for you, because that means you watch this crap. I just read about it, and I'm sick to my stomach.
This is a Honey Boo Boo thing.
Yes. Her uncle, what the hell's his name? Lee Thompson, who is known as Uncle Poodle. And here comes Honey Boo Boo. Yep. They're getting an award. Actually, an award media award nomination from GLAAD. Gay, lesbian, assault, antics, I don't know what the hell it is. It's a gay and lesbian group.
Assault antics device.
Anal assault device. That's terrible. I'm sorry.
But it fits.
Only with a lot of lube. Okay. Gay Lesbian Alliance Against Defamation, which I have just really done. I'm sorry. I'm being gay. I can get away with it, though. Because it turns out that he has AIDS.
Okay.
Uncle Poodle has AIDS.
That sucks.
That really does suck. According to the official website, GLAAD Media Awards celebrate outstanding representations of the lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender community and our allies on TV, in film, and in the news. These are the images and stories that bring us closer to equality. I really got to say, maybe
What?
there's something that you could have chosen that would have made you bring you more closer to, I don't know, not being regarded as an idiot for watching the show, for even knowing about this. I don't know. I'm an elitist, I guess. I'm an elitist.
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm disgusted. But, okay, I'm sorry the guy has AIDS. It's terrible. But, well, nobody would confuse Here Comes Honey Boo Boo with The Sopranos. The show has made an effort to, in GLAAD's words, reflect...
I'm confused every day.
Wait a minute, where's the guy named Pussy? Does he shoot somebody now?
Yeah, this is the exact same show.
Look, it's Vinny the Thumb. No, that's June, the mother. I just saw a picture for her arms. I swear to God, are like sausage casings tied together.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's. How did you ever get on TV? It's a spin-off of Toddlers and Tiaras.
Yeah, someone thought it was a really great idea. And what TV station did they play on?
Is it TLC? I think it's TLC.
Whoever it was.
The lesbian channel.
For the next season that's coming on, but I guess has already started or whatever. They said they were proud to present. That's like, excuse me. This.
Well, I can get the guy like having like 45 takes to say that. The voice of a guy. We are proud to present. Do it again.
Okay.
Oh, God, I can't.
Can you do it without crying or throwing up in your mouth?
Can I do it in Morse code? No.
You're crying in Morse code.
All right, that's dumb. Here I'm a 51 and a half year old man, talking about these things and laughing like I'm 25.
Well, you know.
I guess I'm childlike. I'm not childish, I'm childlike.
You've got a great sense of humor.
Yes, a big fat body. All right, anyway. Let's see. Reflect a new American landscape where a growing majority accept and value their LGBT family, colleagues, and friends. Fine. Thank you. Thank you, Honey Boo Boo, for bringing that to. Oh, God.
Bringing the world
What
closer
is she? Yeah.
together.
I want the world to blow up now, if that's going to be the case. Honey Boo Boo herself, her real name, Elena Thompson, once famously said, "Ain't nothing wrong with being a little gay. Everybody's a little gay." Maybe she's just wise beyond her years.
No.
No, I doubt it.
No, where do they live? Like in a swamp?
No, they have a house in an area
swamp?
with grass. I think I've never seen the show. I don't know.
There's grass in swamps.
Yeah, I don't think they live in a swamp. I think it would have been probably a big deal or something like that. That'd be something well known. Do they live in a swamp? Boo Boo, you live in a swamp?
I've never seen the shows, but
I bet you. I bet you record the damn thing. You know that?
I'm pretty sure that if they do a shot panning the neighborhood, you can tell immediately which one is their house.
That would be like.
It's the one with all the stuff outside.
It would be like a backdrop set, like a Hollywood neighborhood, like Bel Air, or something like that. And, like, you pan past that, then you go back to the trees and the moss and the swamp water. Right?
Yeah.
Terrific. All right. Anyhow, Uncle Honey Boo Boo's Uncle Poodle, real name Lee Thompson, has played an important role in showing viewers that what it's like for a man to live in the South and be gay.
The same as
I live in the
everywhere.
South, but I wasn't brought up in the South, so I guess it's different. Thompson recently revealed that he is HIV positive. Okay, I shouldn't say he has AIDS. He's HIV positive. Okay, there is a difference. He doesn't have an immune deficiency issue right now, which is what AIDS is.
Okay, I know that it's different, but
It is
it's
different.
almost the same thing. Because HIV leads to AIDS.
Yes. Often. Not always.
Right. But like, even
Did you say butt lick? What?
but like,
Oh.
which doesn't make sense with what I'm about to say, but but if I were to be, diagnosed with HIV, I would just consider it AIDS. I mean, it's just as bad. Well,
it's
okay,
not.
it's not just as bad. I understand that AIDS would be 10 times worse, but it's
Little
just
more.
like it's like AIDS light.
No, it isn't. HIV only means you've got the antibodies. The something virus. That's what it means.
The
It means you've been
human
exposed to it.
immunovirus.
It means that you have been exposed to it, and that's it. So if you take all the drugs and stuff, I mean, there are guys who've been positive for, 30 years ago, it's a death sentence. Losing HIV, like 6 months, you're probably dead. But now, 30 years, 25 years, people are still healthy as a horse. An HIV-infected horse, yet, but a horse.
And pumped full of medication.
Well, true. But it's,
There goes your sex life.
well, no, as long as you're careful. You can have sex.
By not, going near sex.
No, that's not true at all. You can have sex when you have HIV. You just got to be real careful with that. As long as your partner knows and understands the risks involved. Because like a condom, it's going to be safer, but it's not guaranteed.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So you just got to.
But like,
Excuse me.
okay, say you're at a bar.
Oh,
Hi.
okay, this is going to be. Oh wait. Let me get the camera on you. This is going to be a great skit here. Go ahead.
Hi,
Hi, I'm Lance.
my name's Dizzle. Here's my card. It says on it that it says my name, HIV positive, and here's my phone number and where I live. So you just take that and you give me a call. I'm sorry. What was that bit? That bit in the middle? HIV positive. It's it's not a big deal. I mean, it's just something that I have to say legally. Otherwise, it's attempted manslaughter. But
well, the guy. It's funny you should say that. Dun, 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 dun. Lee or Uncle Boob, whatever the hell his name is, Uncle Poodle. He said he was infected by an ex-boyfriend who didn't disclose that he had HIV. I would have been cool with the HIV status if he had been honest. I don't have an issue with the disease. I would have known how to protect myself. And this gentleman, Thompson's ex, is currently serving a 5-year prison sentence because of the duplicity. By not disclosing the fact that he had a bad viral infection, yes. So, I mean, you can kill. I mean, you can be a murder suspect or go to jail for killing, manslaughter, whatever. For infecting people on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, how do you can always say, I didn't know. Right.
Well, I think if you know, usually there's documentation that you know.
Aha. But the documentation is always don't have to use your real name. Like if you were to go to a clinic, you don't have to give your real name to be tested. There are also laws protecting you, which you kind of, if you watch certain episodes of Law and Order Special Victims Unit, you learn that there are cases when they really need to know who these people are, but they won't give them the names.
These are the shows that teach you how to be an efficient murderer.
Isn't that weird? Especially when they say, well, he almost got away with it. If only he had done this.
Well, okay,
and there's a guy.
I've watched all 930 episodes. He's taking notes.
Oh, bleach the bloody knife. I see. Yeah. Oh, okay.
God, why didn't I think of that the first time?
I mean, here's what you do with the dead body. You put it in the deep freezer. Right?
Well, eventually, I mean, you're going to have people over, and they're going to get curious as Yeah. What you got in there? Oh, my God.
Well, no, you don't leave it in there indefinitely, forever. You just, after a couple of weeks, when it's frozen solid, you saw off a piece at a time. Just cut off the arm, and then...
Would you make sausages with it?
You could. Or, if you're smart, you put it in a plastic bag, and, you drive out somewhere.
Just toss it out the car.
Exactly. You toss it out into a swamp, in a Honey Boo Boo swamp.
Right in their backyard.
Mama, this is a great picnic. Ooh, oh, there comes another arm.
He'd be flying in all sorts of...
Landed right by mashed potatoes.
Again.
You throw it into a... but you have to have, go on legitimate places. Like, I really have to go to CVS down the street. And I get in the car and, make sure nobody's around.
Okay, at this point, if we're just tossing body parts in plastic bags out of a car window in rural or city
the city of Plano,
you're probably going to get caught.
Well, it would be kind of also woo, oh, damn it, they saw me throw something out of the car. Yes.
It was weed, officer.
It was weed. Yes, it was cocaine.
It was hard, just cocaine.
It was hard drugs, and I was heading to an orphanage to sell it.
Yeah,
it wasn't the 7 arm of a person who's been missing for 3 months. It was just some weed.
Yeah, don't go looking for it though. Look, I make a full confession. It was cocaine.
Well, you'd have to. Then you have to kill the cop, and then you have to put him in your freezer.
God,
then
you have to get another freezer.
You're at Lowe's and getting a bigger freezer.
That's the 15th freezer you bought this month.
I believe in being prepared.
The end is coming.
Yes.
For someone.
Well, if the end comes, the power is going to go off, and that freezer is not going to keep that stuff frozen very long.
Well, if you hook up enough freezers together.
I've got a generator to keep the freezers going. Just give me the freezer.
Just stop. You're being too nosy. Right. Now I need another one.
I'm going to have to kill the Lowe's guy. Damn. Just let me put my bodies in freezers, please.
It's like the sketch where the guy, just random sketch, where a guy accidentally kills, like, say, his girlfriend's bird while she's out. And,
That's on it's Mad TV.
oh yeah,
I saw that. He's
Yeah.
taking care of a parrot, and
Saw
he kills
that.
it, and then the
And then
mandolin
just-
walks in like, "No, I've got to kill you too."
it just like, escalates, and then you eventually like it. It's like, hey, you!
He's got like 5 people like in a pile on the floor. That's exactly what it'd be like. I gotta kill
Yeah.
a cop. Oh, damn.
Now I gotta do something with a cop car now.
Yeah, it's like, the cop car. Jeez.
I sell it for parts.
Well, everybody needs in their backyard is what Norman Bates had in his backyard: a very big, deep swamp to push the
Then-
cars into.
Then, except one of them came back up, right?
No.
Yeah, the
Well, the very end of Psycho, they pulled the car up. Yes.
yeah. I thought it didn't go all the way down.
When he pushed the car in, and initially like, then it stopped, and he went, and then like it started sinking. And he went,
Oh, that's right.
the whole audience went, "Oh, phew!" Because they're like, "Oh, wait a minute, who am I rooting for?"
It's one of those weird things.
He
like,
meant it that way, though. It's you wanted it to sink.
Yeah, it's one of those movies that and it took such a turn. Like it was focused on what's her name? I forget her name, but her character. Like what she did, she killed her husband or something, and
No.
then, or she was just a bad woman. I don't know.
The woman in the shower?
Yeah.
No, she wasn't a bad person. What happened was, she has a boyfriend, all right, and he needs this money. They need this money to get away together. And she works for a real estate guy. And this man comes in with all this money to purchase something, and the banks are closed, so she said, well, I'll put it in the safe, and I'll bring it to the bank Monday morning. This is Friday afternoon. So she asks if she can go home, because she's not feeling well. So he says, okay, fine. She takes the money and
She
leaves.
takes the money and leaves.
And then she's trying to get to her boyfriend, and then it's pouring rain, and she actually bought a new car with some of the money, used car. And then she has to stop at this motel because it's raining too hard. She's kind of lost with where she is, and it turns out she's only 15 minutes away from the town she's getting to. Like, oh, I'll just stay here. Big
Yeah.
mistake.
But it was just such a focus shift from her to Norman Bates.
Well, yeah. She was. I think it was the first movie of its caliber that had a well-known star die in the beginning. It wasn't like didn't star the whole thing. Wasn't that nice?
It was a good movie. Lots of symbolism.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's not talk about it.
Why? You're getting a hard on.
Exactly.
That's every time we talk about
excuse me.
symbolism, you get a freaking erection. What the hell is wrong with you? All right. What do you want to talk about?
I don't know.
Talk about Honey Boo Boo some more. Nah, fair.
You're killing my buzz, my erection.
Honey Poo Poo. All right. Well, how are the kids?
Still.
Since so there we go. They're still fine, as far as I know.
Alive. As far as I
Okay,
know.
if somebody wants to call in here and rescue me, you can at 972-607-40. I got the number. Don't look over there like trying to make sure I got the number.
I'm just making sure.
He's like looking up the number. Like, yes, you got the, yeah, he's got the number. 972-607-4029.
Mm-hmm.
972-607.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to punch you right in the neck. 4029. Okay, well, will you go see movies? Let's talk about some movies.
Oh, I saw.
Zombies. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay, you brought it up again.
No, I'm
you
just
must
sure-
really want to talk about zombies.
No, I just know that you're going to bring it up one way or the other.
Look, there were no zombies in the movie that I saw recently.
Les Miserables.
Les Miserables. Yes.
This is Les Miserables, not Les Miserables.
Roble.
Oh, God, you're such a hick.
It was
Bonjour, senor.
Senor. No, it was really good. Like really, 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 really good.
Okay, well, we got that. It was good.
It
It was musical, right?
yes, it was. It was the actual musical version, not the cheap non-musical
Version.
drama
Okay.
that they came out with a couple of years ago.
Pretending he's beside me.
Except that sounded really horrible. That was good.
You. Anyway.
Oh, it was barely any dry eyes.
I dreamed a dream, something, something, something.
You are such a theater geek.
And no, actually, I know that song because you know why?
Someone at work sings it all the time.
No, because that was what the song that made Susan Boyle famous. You have no idea who she is, right?
She's that ugly
Yep.
British woman.
On Britain's Got Talent, who just
couple
blew
years
them out of their
ago.
chairs. With their actually very impressive voice.
Oh, I don't remember what she sang.
That was it.
I guess that was it.
I dreamed a dream, something, something. I shouldn't say something, something, something. I just don't know the words.
I dreamed a dream of time gone by.
That's terrible.
Da, 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 da. Yeah.
The more you sit here, the more gay you become, I think.
No.
Well.
No, I like that. I really got into it when I watched it at a community theater.
Really?
When I was, I don't know, like 17 or something like that. They,
Like 6 years ago. Yeah.
yeah, right.
When I was 17, it was that was the actual time period where this took
Right.
place.
What was that, like the 1800s, 1400s? I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, hello, Mr. Columbus. Anyway, I dreamed a dream.
I'm pretty sure they were singing just like that.
It's Leonardo DiCaprio. Oh, it's Leonardo DiCaprio. It's Leonardo da Vinci.
Oh, it was good. I suggest it. I know you'd really enjoy it.
Well, I do like. I have never seen the show, and it's probably I know it was a very good show on Broadway. Never had a chance to see it. I like Anne Hathaway. Russell Crowe I can't stand, but Hugh Jackman's cool. I like him.
You'll like it.
Okay.
Okay, look, I don't get why how people when they watch a movie, they watch the actors. Why can't you just watch the characters? You know?
Well, I do, but I like the actors who portray different characters like that. I mean, I like. Okay, for instance, I will not see a movie. I have seen a movie, and I will not see a movie that has. Who's that idiot Scientologist? Just got divorced again. See, I forgot his name already.
Is Tom Cruise?
Tom Cruise. Thank you. I just could not think of that loser's name. Tom Cruise. No, Cruise.
That's because he plays one character. In every movie. You could watch one of his movies, and that's the character he plays in every single one.
So I guess like paper dolls, just take the costume off, put a different costume on, and he's the same person. Just a different. Okay.
Yes.
But I will not see a movie because he is in it.
Now, I mean, it's some of the people you are watching the actor. You're not watching a character like Tom Cruise. But there's lots of movies that I know that some of my friends won't watch because they don't like certain actors. When I can't even tell that they're that actor in that movie.
All right.
Because they play a completely different character. If you're gonna watch a movie, watch the movie for the story, not the person.
I
that's
do
in
watch
it.
a movie for the story, but I mean, why else would we have Hollywood stars?
Right.
I mean, I could probably find 10 people on this block alone who could do a better job acting than Tom Cruise. Who've never done it before. All it is you're just playing pretend. That's it. And boy, can I pretend. I can play all kinds of pretend games. So it kind of limits me the kind of movies I can be in because of the games I know how to pretend. But the things I know how to pretend. But yeah, I would actually, a movie with actors I don't even know is fine.
But you'd really enjoy this.
I'm sure. Okay, fine. I'll go out right now.
Yeah. Now.
Well, I bought my father sent me this thing, his email. He sends me all these emails every damn day. I get an email from my dad with, watch this, it's very important. And 9 times out of 10, it's some political horseshit, some sob story, like, Republican right-wing sob story about the American flag and how some guy was beaten up for it and he still had a tattoo in his back. I'm like, stop it. Stop it. Stop. And I wrote back, like, Dad, this stuff isn't true. This stuff never happened. Why do you perpetuate this? I mean, stop watching Fox News. And he says, Fox News is not allowed on my TV. Anyhow, but he did send me a video that was fun. He said, "This is really fun." So, like, click.
Great. I can't wait to see this.
Okay, what is this now? That was 5 fags about to sing. Great. No, it turned out to be really good. It was Celtic Thunder, and I still have it. It is great. So I sing it all the time now. Didn't do that, but anyway. So I thought, I'm going to get the DVD or the CD for this song. For
Which
this thing.
is what I was looking at over there.
Right over there. Yes, that is. But you know what that is? That's a DVD. I wanted to order the CD so I could listen to it in my car. I don't have a TV in my car.
Why not?
Because my car isn't jacked 6 feet off the road with TVs in the headrest, in the back of the headrest.
Because you like to pay attention to the road. And
I like to actually drive my car when I'm driving and not drive it off the road. So I thought, I really want to learn the lyrics to the song. Plus, I know there are a bunch of good songs that I want to hear. And so it arrived at my front doorstep yesterday. And I got off from work at 11-something o'clock. Mm-hmm. Went outside to the house, get the mail. Like, ooh, package for me. Ripped it open. Like, this is a goddamn DVD. I didn't want a goddamn DVD. I said CD.
And they don't sell CDs anymore.
What?
No. No, they do.
I mean, who's they?
They.
You're the they, and that's what they say?
Yeah.
Uh-oh, we're getting a phone call. Anyhow. Usually when that does that, I get the static sound.
Yeah, I hear it.
Usually when my phone is about to go off. Oh.
Or you're about to get some information or something.
Or
The aliens.
but my
are contacting-
pacemaker stopped. That's what it was. All right. Now, I always hear that sound on my computer when I'm getting a phone call. I guess they changed their mind, which indicates that the intelligence level of my audience is going up. They refuse to talk to me. They will watch, but in secrecy. They don't want people to know they're watching this.
That's right.
They refuse to talk on the phone to be recognized.
Oh, one of our viewers.
Yes. Well, we had 15 the other day.
Oh, really?
Not all at once.
Not all at once, no, but that's...
But they're watching the videos.
That's cool.
And someday they're going to say, that face! I'm going to make him a star.
You look really familiar. Oh, really? Do you watch porn?
Oh, God, great. I recognize this house. No porn. Last movie I saw in the theater,
Titanic, 1999.
it was 1997 when that came out, actually.
Seven,
Yeah,
yeah.
67, yeah, or 98. No, it was the one with Jamie Foxx and that Scottish guy. I can't remember what the heck it was called.
That Scottish guy.
Help me out here, folks. Jamie Foxx played a police captain, something like that. And this guy was blowing things up. Anyway, it was a fairly good movie, but it was like, all right. I could kind of see what was coming a mile away. As a matter of fact, I closed my eyes at all the appropriate time. Like, oh, it's coming. Boom. Okay, there it was.
Mm-hmm.
My date at the time was like, oh! Like, stop it. I could have told you that was going to happen.
Mm.
Like, the cell phone blows up in somebody's hand and blows their head off, that kind of stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Because that happens every day.
Well, the whole point was this guy has, in the beginning of the movie, and this is so formulaic and trite. It's the guy who's big, rough and tough guy, and he's got the wife and the daughter like, I love you, little girl. And suddenly these two bad guys break in and they tie him up and they drag the wife and the daughter away like, and it fades out and it turns out, they killed them both. And, they catch the guys and they make a deal or something. Anyway, so he's really pissed off at the judicial system for letting these guys out. Actually, one of them gets the needle. Ends up getting the needle. But he decides he's going to punish these people himself. And he's going to punish the police department and the judges and everybody who was involved to let these guys out.
Was this The Punisher?
No, it's not the Punisher. What the hell's the name of the movie? It's by some Scottish guy was in it.
We're going to take a break while...
We're gonna take a break while we look up these Scottish guy movies. Hey, look up on your phone, Jamie Foxx movies. All right. Well, that's going to be a while because he's.
What year?
I don't know. It was 5 years ago, maybe 4 years ago. Look up Jimmy Fox movies. You'll have them all in there. He's only done a few. All right. Anyway, so he gets himself. Well, actually, what he does is he catches the big. And then one of the guys always some big half inbred truck driver looking guy, right? So he fools. I can't remember how he did this, but he ends up cutting this guy into pieces while the guy was still awake and alert. He cut the guy's eyelids off so he couldn't close his eyes. What?
Law-abiding citizen.
That's it. Thank you. Law-abiding citizen. That
2009.
was the movie. What?
2009.
What was the name of the actress in there? What was the Scottish guy's name?
Let's find out.
Let's find out.
Let's all go to the lobby.
That reminds me of The Simpsons.
Gerard Butler,
That's it. Handsome guy. Yeah.
Jamie Foxx, Leslie Bibb,
Jean Fox.
Meany.
Cole Meany. Yeah. I don't know who the hell that was. Anyway, stop tap dancing. So he gets this guy.
I am Gerard Butler.
Look at me and duel. And he cuts the guy's eyelids off so he can't close his eyes. He tourniquets all his arms and legs, like here and here. And I was like, so he won't bleed out while he's being sliced up into pieces. He has adrenaline dripping into his arm, so he won't pass out.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy, so he just systematically slices them off with a chainsaw, just cuts them into pieces, which they don't let you see. All they see is this guy oh no, and and then the camera pans and goes to something else, and they come back later and they see the guy just stump his torso with stumps on the table, dead.
Torso boy.
We got to see that. So he ends up getting himself arrested so he can get into prison so he can do all these things without being suspected of doing them. But he had a way to sneak out of prison, so he had to get himself into solitary confinement. So he's in this. He makes the cops know he's up to something, and they makes a deal with him that he's getting fed very well. He's got this knife in front, and he's, I get this good food, and you don't. And so his cellmate was talking to him. He takes a knife and he stabs his cellmate in the throat. So he gets into solitary. From then he can get out of jail. He has a secret way. He was not very law-abiding, if you ask me.
No. Doesn't sound
okay,
like
the
it.
whole point of this was that was the last movie I saw in the theater.
Okay.
It took 20 minutes to say that.
2009. That's a long time ago.
Yeah, that's good, 5 years, 4 years.
And the before Les Mis, the last movie I saw was Brave in theater, which was really good. It was really good. Which won some sort of award or something, Golden Globe or I don't know.
Some bravery award.
And then before that, it was some movie in 2001 that I don't remember what it was. So,
but you haven't seen before Les Mis. You saw Brave, and before
Brave.
that, it was something way back in 2001.
yeah.
You were how old? Well, okay, you're 25. You're like 9 or 11.
Something like that, yeah.
Huh? You don't remember what it was?
It would have been, let's see. I don't know, I would have been 15 or something like that. 13, 14, or 15. I don't know, my math is no, I really don't remember what it was called or what it was even about.
I just have, you can see behind me, I've got scads of DVDs here.
That was the last 3 times that I've been at a movie theater to watch a movie.
Right.
Other than that, I've seen tons of movies.
Okay, you know what's in my DVD player right now? You'd never be able to guess what's in there.
It's
That's very good. Anyway,
Yeah.
the movie is Swiss Family Robinson.
Swiss Family Robertson. I was going to say that
Robinson.
because I was looking at your movies out there. You have the
And I was gonna
Poseidon
say,
Adventure underneath that.
The Poseidon Adventure I had in there. Well, see, when I got the flat screen TV, I thought the first movie I want to see in there is Poseidon Adventure because it's good in widescreen. Because I saw it in the theater when it was new, and it was, Nothing's going to keep us from drowning. It's a good movie. Then I couldn't because I couldn't get anything but black and white on my TV. Then you fixed that when I got the right chords. You put them in for me.
Mm-hmm.
So that now I can watch a decent color movie. So I put them beside
You see,
Adventure.
the funny thing is that Jim asked me to fix it for him, and I did.
This isn't true. None of this is true.
And I don't know why I can't get the color to work. And what he had in there was a black and white movie.
Knowing full well that before I had a black and white, I had the Wizard of Oz in there when I first put it in.
In black and white.
But the Wizard of Oz is 90% in color.
Now.
No, what I had in there was...
It was black and white to begin with.
Like, yes, but... Oh, you're so dumb. The point is, I wanted to check out the color on the TV. So I put in the Wizard of Oz, which had enhanced
So you put in a black
digital
and
color.
white.
So the Wizard of Oz is a color movie, Technicolor.
Yes, it is.
But it wouldn't play the color. I was like, fuck. So from then on, I just started watching black and white movies because I wouldn't be upset that I had no color. So I happened to have in there at the time when you fixed it for me was
It's
Whatever Happened to Baby Jane, which was filmed in 1961 and was in black and white.
it's just funny that when you turn it back on,
Yes.
it's still not work. Oh, it's a black and white movie.
That's not what I said.
But it's just funny, the whole situation.
Yes, it was hysterical. Oh, look at stupid Jim. Look how stupid Jim is. Dumb, stupid Jim.
That's exactly how that conversation went.
Exactly what it was. Yes. I was watching the old Lost in Space, TV show, the first year.
Lost in space. I'm thinking Pigs in Space.
Yeah.
Pigs in
Apparently. They never said that. The entire 3 years of that show, nobody said Lost in Space.
Did anyone say that they were actually lost in space? Like, man, we are lost in space.
Dr. Smith said it once, but it wasn't in that kind of context. He was recording something. It's lost in space, something like that, I think. Yep, they sure were lost. And the writers of that show had no idea of the vastness of the solar system, let alone the galaxy or the universe.
Really?
Because apparently that Jupiter 2 can not only really move, it could move like light years and nothing flat.
Well, when did it come out? Like the
65.
65? Well, I guess there was some general knowledge of space.
We'd been in space before, and they knew what a light year was.
Yeah. Just they didn't.
Yeah, apparently, apparently in when the TV show started in 1997, is when it was kind of funny watching a 1965 show predicting 1997 when I was watching it in 2014 or something, 2013, and it's just like, it's not really what happened back then.
It is so funny that people think that in like 10, 15 years that we'd be like out in space living in little colonies and zooming off to the cosmos, and we're like nowhere near that.
It
We're
could've
maybe
happened.
It could have, but that's not what we put our
Back to the
resources
Future,
into.
We've got 2 years for hoverboards.
2 years.
2 years before hoverboards would better be a reality, because in 1986, 30-something years, 35 years? 30 years. Yeah, 30 years. Okay, 1985 it was. In 30 years in the future, they had hoverboards and flying cars.
Well, I don't think about flying cars, and hover technology isn't really like what is the technology based on? Were they thinking like anti-gravity, or is like some sort of electromagnetic pulse, or
I don't know, because an electromagnetic pulse that can keep somebody up on a skateboard would have to have enormous energy.
right?
And it would be as big as his house to do that.
I mean, technically, the easiest thing to do would be powerful magnets.
That would repel.
There'd have to be magnets on the bottom of the board, and then magnets all along the street or sidewalk that you would be going, and you just
Right.
say, point the nose in the direction that you want to go, and forces will guide you that way.
That's how some of the like I think Germany, the monorail
Monorails
work.
and stuff.
It's
Yeah,
magnets. They
they're
actually
not.
float.
They're not. Yeah, they're not connected to anything. They just
Right.
float, and then electricity goes through it.
But it pulses it, so it always is pushing it forward all the time.
Right.
Right. That's not how it worked there in the movie, though,
No.
because this doesn't work over water.
Right. Well, a little bit. I mean, it did a little bit, because he was technically still like floating on top of the water
It's true.
when it got
that's true.
down.
He didn't sink into the water. That's a good point. So why wouldn't it move forward if he just kept pushing? It would.
Well, he was kind of paddling. Like I don't know what the trying to figure
What
out
is
the
that?
science
That
behind
would
things.
be interesting.
Trying to think, create the science behind things that people don't really understand is hard to do.
They did that with Star Trek. As a matter of, you know what else they did that with? TV show Get Smart. You ever see Get Smart?
The
Not the movie, which was retarded. Although I never saw it. I just knew it was retarded just by watching the commercials. It looked retarded.
with the Mr. Bean guy. No. I'm
you're
sorry.
talking-
I'm
that's
sorry. I'm
Steve
sorry.
Carell
I'm
is in
Steve
that one.
Carell. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Rowan Atkinson is the Mr. Bean guy. And he wasn't in it.
I'm thinking of something else that he had.
Yeah, he did a thing. Yeah, I remember that one. Anyway, Get Smart was a TV series from the mid '60s, and it was a spoof on James Bond. And they had a lot of like really funny, weird guys. He had the shoe phone.
Mm-hmm.
Take off the sole of his shoe, and there was like he pulled out the heel, and he would dial like, "Hello, Chief." And there was one that I loved particular, that his little sports car, he took the steering wheel, kind of the cover of the steering wheel came off, and it was a big dial. And then he took off the horn like, "Hello, Chief." But they had a lot of weird gadgets and gizmos that were mostly just for humor's sake that the CIA took and said, we could actually make something out of that.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the fake toy gadgets the CIA could actually learn to, or created something with. So there you go. From the minds of creators,
But like,
comes reality.
in terms of like hoverboard and something like that,
I have no idea.
I know that the only other thing that's come close that people have made, usually people that are privately funded, is like more or less like an air jet or something.
Like the big jetpack thing.
No. Like basically they're sitting on top of a large fan that points downwards.
Okay, so they're blowing upwards.
Yeah. I forget what it's called. Like,
Hovercraft.
yeah, hovercraft.
Well, that actually a hovercraft,
But like a personal hovercraft.
because a hovercraft actually sits on a cushion of air
Cushion of air
that is trapped beneath the vehicle.
Yeah. But you're still not always hovering above things. You like if you're in water, you're still like in the water, but it's pushing you along and whatnot.
Well, actually, it would be I think it would be kind of fun. Like Star Trek, a lot of scientists have looked at Star Trek and the theoretical possibilities of the science they use and the fictional science they use.
And so that became really good writing
Really?
for
TV series?
Star Trek. Yeah.
Well, Voyager was really good. Next Generation was fun. Got a bit too preachy and soap opera like. After a while.
But as it went, it got more science-y and more realistic
When did it become more realistic?
in terms of things that might possibly be true.
Well,
Now,
okay.
minus, if we're not talking about aliens, but if we're just talking about like science and technology.
Okay, like
involved.
transporters.
Yeah. Which is technically would be possible, but I don't know if people would survive that. You could transport inanimate objects like that because it's just simply mapping out all the atoms, tearing them apart, and putting them back together in another place. It wouldn't
Yes,
be
but
instantaneous.
you'd be transforming the atoms into a different type of energy.
Yeah, and you'd have to transform them back.
Right, and then put it back together again.
So inanimate objects would be fine. I wouldn't trust foods because it might not taste the same.
As we saw in The Fly with Jeff Goldblum.
Okay, as a fly.
You saw that, right?
No, I haven't
Really?
seen the fly. No,
That's a good one.
but I know
That's
that,
better
that,
than the
like,
original
a
one.
Fly got trapped in there, and
Yeah.
so which was sick because his wife had like a larva at the end of the movie.
In the beginning of the second movie. No, she had a dream she had a larva. Yeah.
Yeah,
It was a dream she was having, a nightmare.
weird. But
Well, especially the doctor who was in the dream. It's like, okay, here it comes. He's like, ah! He's like, and it's like,
But like living things would die.
well, see, when they were still boyfriend girlfriend before he had gone through and accidentally absorbed the fly into his DNA. He had been able to transport inanimate objects successfully. He tried a monkey, but it came out this horribly and died, which is where the fly came from, by the way. But he thought he got it down, right? He like transported a piece of steak. So his girlfriend was there. This is good steak, regular steak. Okay, here's the transporter one. No. Something's different. Something's wrong. It's not right. Doesn't taste right. And I think that's when he figured out what the problem was. Something about, telling the computer something.
That's funny because, like, I never saw that, but I thought of that. Because I don't know what flavors are made of, but it's how we receive them. It's a I don't know, whatever. But, yeah, it would be, even if you got a living thing to look exactly the way it did before, nothing was messed up, it would technically be dead. Because you're tearing it apart atom by atom.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no way to create life that we know of.
But if life is an energy, couldn't that be contained within it?
Because
you can't destroy it, you can only change its form. If
you could somehow map the energy of a living thing, if you can copy and paste, more or less,
that would be great.
That's basically what you're doing,
right?
Not cloning, but just copying. But then again, you'd also have to consider, would this new copy have the same thought pattern that you have currently? Would it be the same you? Is it you? It's kind of like, did you see The Prestige?
No.
Oh, you gotta see The Prestige. Because it's one of those mindfuck, what the fuck moments at the end. Okay, so, never mind.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to explain this. But it would be more or less improbable and impossible for us to do it. And the fact, the amount of energy that it would take to strip something down atom by atom and copy it somewhere else, if it was just atom by atom and then copy and paste somewhere else, that probably wouldn't take as much energy as, say, what people think of transporters as taking it and throwing you somewhere else across vast distances.
Well, Stephen King wrote a short story called The Jaunt about something like that, about a man who discovered how to do this, and he discovered it, and he was working on it, and he had in a barn, I think he was working, and he had these two different going in and coming out things set up, and I think he put his pencil down, and it was near the the entrance gate, and he looked at it and he said, the pencil's broken, and he looked like, oh no, I got it. And he had figured it out, and he could see across the pencil. He could throw the pencil, and it would come out the other side. Like, oh my god! So he decided to try. After a while, he decided to try a living thing. So he put his goldfish through it. I can't remember how he did. He just kind of pushed it through, and there was a table or something, and walked around the goldfish like, and died.
Mm-hmm.
He said, and he couldn't figure out why. So that's terrible. He wouldn't go into it himself. So eventually, they ended up getting some death row volunteers. If you go through this contraption, tell us what's going on in there. Like, I think like dogs, cats, all died. Then you'll be pardoned. And so first guy went in, and he came out the other side, white hair. It's eternity. So he dies. He goes crazy. He dies, I think. Or he just goes crazy. They haul him away. So it turns out you could sleep through it, and it wouldn't affect you. But if you were awake, you would be able to perceive being in this dimension where time has no meaning, and so it's like a billion eternities before you get out the other side. Whereas instantaneous here, it's billions of eternities before you can even see the other side. So you're there, like, alone and crazy and
Forever. Yeah,
seemingly
that-
forever, a billion eternities. It's like, it's a lot. Okay, well, that's an hour into the first eternity. Wow.
I am bored.
Really, really bored here. So, anyhow. So the story is, as this family is waiting to go on this trip from Earth to Mars, where they had robot things, set up, gateways. And, the person's coming across with the sleeping mask, and puts everybody to sleep, and they roll them through on these carts. And some get up and run away. They can't do it. And so the family, guy's telling his wife and his 2 children, little boy and little girl. So they go through, and then it turns out the boy held his breath and pretended to go to sleep. He wanted to see what it was like inside, so he came out. The end. That's it.
Okay.
That's the whole story.
So I don't know about that. But
About the eternities?
right. But it's more or less what I said, removing you atom by atom and putting you back together.
Yes, without a single mistake.
Which machines aren't perfect.
Well, the pattern buffers and whatever else they have in the transporters on the Enterprise, for instance, apparently very safe. But then they always had issues with it. I mean, like the holodeck.
Yeah, there's always something wrong with it.
I'd be scared to death to use a holodeck because something's always going wrong and killing people. What the hell with a holodeck?
I don't know. Why are these holograms becoming real?
Every time I take a vacation, something is trying to kill me. It's amazing.
Genghis Khan just appears out of nowhere.
Well, there's one where that was kind of interesting. It was a train, and Picard and Data were, I do not know, sir, what's going on here. And they're like, and Data grabs him, pulls him away, like, this train comes by, which apparently would have killed him. There, the things on the holodeck can kill you if the safeties are not working.
So safeties are never on.
Apparently, the safeties are the most easily broken or malfunctionable piece of equipment on that ship.
Why is the switch made out of cheese?
It came off right in my hand. It came off in my hand. Stop the program.
Turn it off. We can't. It'll kill him.
Well, there's got to be a wall. There's got to be a wall here. Where's the wall? All right. I think it's time we say goodnight to all our family. MICKEYMOUSE.
Mickey Mouse. I don't know. Mickey Mouse.
I never could do Donald Duck's voice.
That's pretty good.
Hi, Minnie. All right.
I'm the mascot of Evil Corporation.
Oh, that was funny. That was South Park with Jonas Brothers.
No, that was like the first episode of Family Guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, really? Yes.
Because there was a very funny episode with South Park with Jonas Brothers and the purity rings and oh, I'm your boss, you motherfucker! I'm gonna kick your ass.
No, I haven't seen that one yet.
That's fun. All right. Well, say good night.
Good night.
All right. Good night. Thanks so much for watching the Smokin Jim Show. If you ever actually have, if you haven't, fuck you. Nah, it's cool. You'll get to like us eventually. Especially when Lance hits the big screen, well, the TV screens.
Does that come out your butt? I don't know.
Actually, that would be a funny bit. I've got some gas.
Oh, that was horrible. I'm so sorry.
Or it could be like, oh, I'm dating this guy from Tennessee, and then never mind.
Was that your phone? No.
No. Thank you for watching us. Okay, we're gonna be back next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. And hope to see you there. Love you. Have a good night. Bye.